everyone, my name's Megan and welcome to my channel. As you can probably tell by the title of the video, today I'm going to be talking about my past in binge eating disorder, which for me is a hard topic to talk about, to be completely honest. So this being my first video is hard for me, and I hope everyone understands that, and but I just thought I'd make this video so that if anybody else is going through binge eating disorder or they've got a bad relationship with food, I'm just making this in hope that I can help somebody. It doesn't have to be lots of people. I just hope I can help one person, even just by speaking about my experience in this. And yeah, so let's get into it. So I think I'll start from when I think this actually happened, when my relationship became difficult with food. So when I was little, when I was a kid, I was never a slim kid. I was always a chubby kid in primary school. I was never bullied for it. I know I wasn't a slim kid, and I knew I was bigger than the rest of the kids. And I don't think at that age it really got to me until, you know, a few kids had pointed it out, and that was all that was ever commented on about me, if that makes sense. Like, if I got into a bicker with a kid when I was younger, it would always be my weight that they'd comment on. It would never be anything other than that, and I feel like that probably stuck in my head, and I thought, you know, if kids are pointing it out, then I must be fat, I must be. It's just, you know, I know at the time I never thought, you know, kids are kids and they say stuff like that, but obviously my mum and dad told me that at the time, that, you know, kids are just kids and they'll say things that they think will get to you. But yeah, I don't think that was when a bad relationship with food started. I just think that needs to be added into the story, that, you know, I was never a slim kid. However, when I got to high school, I think first year high school, year 7, I wasn't too bothered about my weight. Never really got to me, really. I think it was the second year high school, year 8, when I started noticing that other girls were like smaller than me, like slimmer, and I just thought, why aren't I like that? Why, like, what can I do to look like them? Like, how can I lose weight, basically? So I think by thinking that, that's where the unhealthy relationship started, when I started looking at myself and thinking, I don't look like them, and comparing myself to other girls in my year. And I think that's where the unhealthy relationship started, with the way I looked, not necessarily with food yet, but the way I looked. And so basically I started comparing myself to other girls, and I started thinking, what can I do to change myself so that I look like them? So I do briefly remember coming home from school one day in year 8 and googling how to lose weight, and I remember calorie intake came up, and it was basically giving me information saying, if you count calories and you keep your calories low, then you'll lose weight, basically. And I thought, so I've got to get my calories to the lowest that I can, so because I didn't want it to be a long process. I wanted to lose weight now, and I wanted to look slimmer now, and I just remember thinking, how many calories should I be eating if I want to lose weight? And stupid me, cut my calories down to about 600 calories a day, which, if you have no idea what the amount of calories you're supposed to eat are, well, anyone wouldn't recommend under 1,000 calories. Never. It should never be under 1,000 calories for anyone. Really, even to lose weight, it should never be under 1,000 calories. And I'm sticking to 600 calories a day. Now, the weight dropped off me. Absolutely dropped off me. And I remember I'd go to bed and I don't even know why I'm smiling thinking of this, because it's just something in the past and I've got to, smile about it now because I'm out of it. But I'd go to bed every single night and my belly would be crying for food. It'd just be grumbling all night, and it was painful for me to listen to, but I just thought, everyone's noticing that I'm losing weight, and surely that's a good thing, because every single person was commenting saying, oh, you've lost weight, you look good, and that made me feel good because other people were noticing that I was losing weight. So I was thinking, I've got to stick to this now. Like, I can't let myself eat more than 600 calories a day, and that is a very dangerous way to think, because it just messes your head up so much, and that is where my unhealthy relationship with food started, because I was sticking to 600 calories a day, and that is just a ridiculously low amount of food to intake. But it was working, and that's all I was bothered about at the time. I just wanted to look good. I just wanted to look slim. I wanted to be a better version of me, basically, and I thought that by doing that, that is what I was doing, that I was creating a better version of me, when really it was just the start of something bad that would last for years and years, and it would damage the way I thought about food. So obviously, because eating 600 calories restricted me from eating so many foods, and it was a restrictive diet, of course it didn't last very long. I'd say it lasted about 6 months, and after 6 months I was happy with myself. I was thinking, the weight's dropped off me, I look great, now I can start introducing some treats into my diet. And at first I'd have like one treat day a week where I'd binge, I'd eat whatever I wanted and I'd try and shove it all in, and I did that, and each week or each few weeks the binge days would become more and more, to where obviously I was gaining back weight, and I was gaining even more than I originally was in the first place before I even started restricting my calories. So obviously, as you can imagine, I piled the weight back on. I piled even more back on. I was heavier than I'd ever been in my life, and I was my heaviest in the beginning of the summer 2018. I was my heaviest weight of all time that I'd ever been in my life, and I remember feeling so unhappy with myself, and just, it's sad to think of really, because I became that unhappy with the way I looked and with the way I felt. I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to go shopping, I didn't want to take my coat off, I didn't want to take my jacket off in the summer. I'd sit there and I'd sweat and I'd sweat, and family members and friends would say to me, why don't you take your jacket off? And I couldn't. I actually, like, it felt like that jacket was my, I don't know, my comfort. Like, I felt like nobody could see how I looked, when in actual fact they could. And, you know, it did bring a lot of anxiety. My weight brought me a lot of anxiety, and it made me not want to get in pictures with friends, not want to get in pictures with family. I remember it was my sister's graduation, which is, like, I enjoyed the day, and, you know, I was so proud of her, and I just remember getting in pictures and I didn't want to look at them. I just had to go with it because it was a special day, it was her graduation. But when every time I see in a picture, I'd want to cry. And that was the day that I thought, this binge eating needs to stop. But by that point, I was stuck in the most vicious cycle where I'd binge, I'd restrict. Some days I'd try and diet again, I'd try and restrict, but then it'd lead me back to binging, and I just could not stick to any diet or lose any weight. It just became harder and harder to get out of the cycle because I'd been in it for so long. But I remember on that day of my sister's graduation, I'd had enough of the weight that I'd piled on. I felt disgusting. That's the only word I can just use to describe the way I felt. I felt disgusting. It made me feel unhappy, and I didn't have any energy at all. And I just thought to myself, something needs to change, and it needs to be my lifestyle. I can't just diet, I can't restrict. It needs to be my whole complete lifestyle that needs to change. And I thought that on that day, and I said to myself, I'll make it happen and I will change my lifestyle. But I knew it was going to be hard, and it has been hard, and it was hard to get out of it. But I just had to say to myself, it can't be a quick fix. It needs to be for the rest of my life. I need to change my whole lifestyle so that I'm healthy. It's a balanced lifestyle, so I can have treats, but I'm a healthy person. I need to be fit. And that's exactly what I did. So I remember starting it, and I thought, I can't restrict because that will just lead to me binging again. So at first, to give my body a detox, I stuck to around 1,000 calories, which is still a low amount of calories because I wanted to lose some weight at first, make it easier for myself. And then I gradually increased the calories, but as I was losing my first bit of weight and as I was beginning this lifestyle, I'm so sorry if you can hear next door. But anyway, as I was saying, as I began this new lifestyle, I was doing well. I started losing weight again, but I gained a condition called vestibular migraine, I don't want to go too much into it because I'll make a separate video on that, but basically it's a chronic thing where I'm dizzy 24/7 and I have symptoms 24/7, but I don't want to get into that. I want to leave that for another video. So all I'm going to say is that it made me not able to exercise for a while, so that means it took me longer to lose weight, but I was still losing the weight, and I was doing it in a healthy way. I wasn't restricting, I was having treats, I was allowing myself to eat the right nutrition, so I was doing it in the correct way. I wasn't restricting at all, but this is what I will say. The one thing that is the most important to come out of binge eating disorder is to not restrict yourself. It's hard because, let me tell you, I was terrified to not restrict my body, and that's, if you haven't been through this, that may sound ridiculous, but I was terrified to come out of a restrictive habit. I was terrified to eat healthy. Now, if you are determined to get out of the binge eating disorder cycle, you need to stop restricting yourself. You need to eat healthy and you need to have treats. It needs to be balanced, because that is the only way, let me tell you, that you are going to come out of binge eating disorder like I did. And it may seem scary, but you have to balance out if you want to be happy, or if you want to restrict yourself and be, you know, an unhealthy version of you when you can be a happy, healthy version. I told myself, my head told myself that if I ate healthy, that I'd gain weight. Now, I don't know where you are in your life right now, what season you're going through or what you're going through. If I'm not going to sit here and say you'll gain weight if you come out of binge eating disorder, because you've been binging. You have binge days that make you consume a lot of calories, and that makes you gain weight. Let me tell you that eating healthy and having the odd treat here and there once a week will not make you gain weight. If anything, you'll be the healthiest, happiest version of you, because you are listening to what your body needs and what your body wants. When you have a treat, you need to stop telling yourself, I need to carry on. I've ruined it now, I need to carry on eating, because that is not true. Because you've had one treat, that does not affect your body in any way. Your body is the most smart, powerful thing. Like, one treat is not going to harm you. It will not affect weight loss. If weight loss is what you're heading for, you do it in a healthy, balanced way. If you just want to get out of binge eating disorder and you're not bothered about your weight, have a balanced diet. Just listen to your body. If your body is unhappy in where you are, you need to change your lifestyle. It is not a diet, it is a lifestyle change. It's for life. I still today, when people say to me, oh, are you still on your diet? That I get that a lot. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. And you know, sometimes I don't sit there and I don't take the time to explain that to them, because it's just a long story and a long process to tell somebody. But I live as best as I can a healthy, balanced diet. So that means I will eat healthy and I will eat treats. I'll eat chocolate, I'll eat broccoli, I'll eat strawberries, I'll eat cake. It's balanced. But now, since my ways have developed with vestibular migraine, I've learned to manage, and I exercise 5 days of the week. Like in weightlifting, I do weightlifting, I'm able to do that, and it's just made me more free with my food, and I can have quite a bit of treats, and I enjoy that. I feel healthy now. I'm happy. I'm the happiest I've ever been within myself. Last night I ate pizza and I ate Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I didn't carry on because I was satisfied. I'd had my treat. Today I'm going to do some exercise, not because I feel guilty, but because the treats actually gave me the energy, and I want to do some weightlifting, and I'm eager because I'm happy. And that is where you need to be. You need to be happy with yourself, and binge eating disorder is not the way. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not. I've been through it all. And if you need any advice, just drop me a DM and I'll try and get back to as many as possible, because I want to help people, and that is what I'm here for. And this is the reason I've made this video, because it's not been easy for me to sit here and talk to you about it, because I went through it for so long, and you know, sometimes I still think about it and I think, you know, I was in a bad way and I had a bad mindset. That whole mindset needs to change in order for your life to change. Start with the mind, because that is the only way you're going to get through this. So if anybody needs any more help, please message me on my Instagram. I'll leave my Instagram in the description box. I'll leave my private Instagram and my Living Well with Megan Instagram down below. But I do hope that this video has helped at least one person, and if anybody needs any more help, I'm here for you, and I'll try and get back to everyone if I can. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really mean it. I hope it's helped someone, and I'll be back with my next video soon. Bye!